What is going on, guys? It is Byron D. Allen, and I'm back again with another video. And in today's video, this is going to be the start of a series of how to start a home-based t-shirt business in 2022, 2023, and beyond. So in this first video, I'm going to be discussing the topic of heat presses, and I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory of how I got started and how I ended up choosing the heat press that I'm currently using. So before we get started, as you can see on the screen, I have my 7-step process. Step 1, keyword research. Step 2, design research, and so on. These are the steps that I use to create my stores pretty much. And so if you want to join my community, I have the Profit Accelerators. You can come join us. I'm looking for 100 VIP Platinum members to come and join us. It's only $39.99 a month. You can cancel it whenever. You can learn these steps, my process, in details. And matter of fact, we just kicked off the Black Friday kickoff last night and it went very well. I'm going to the PowerPoint model and everybody liked it pretty well. And so we kicked it off with step 1, which is keyword research, and we just really concentrated on that. So if that's something you're interested in, coming to get your questions answered and me basically allowing you over my shoulder to see how I actually go through and do everything, then come join us. Other than that, let's get into the video. All right, so off the top, this is the heat press that I use. This is the one that I bought years ago. And I actually have the 16 by 20. And so right now it costs $1,425. Now, the way I got into the t-shirt business was like many people, you know, you work in a job that you feel unappreciated at and you want to do your own thing. And so that's pretty much what I had did. And so I forgot exactly how I stumbled across the t-shirt business, because I had always been doing little side things, flipping things here and there on eBay and stuff like that. But I wanted something to where I didn't have to go and search for a product. I could have my own inventory and create my own products to where I didn't have to go on the hunt for. And so the t-shirt business is what really allowed me to do that. So I stumbled across this guy right here. This was the guy who I learned from. Cortez Ross is his name. And man, he hasn't made a video in 2 years, so I hope he's doing well. But yeah, this is the first guy who I stumbled across. I was just really soaking in his videos and really learning a lot. And I started in a t-shirt. I started in this in 2014, so 8 years ago. But like this guy, he had been on YouTube doing his thing. And as you can see, his oldest video is 12 years old. And so I really plugged into his information and I bought his course. And that was the start of everything for me. And so the information I learned from him was solid information, very solid information. And what he taught was starting with Stahls. Stahls was the heat press that he recommended, and Stahls is like one of the top brands. To me, it's the top brand. And my experience with Stahls has been wonderful. And so at the time when I started, I couldn't afford to spend $1,200, because I believe it was $1,200 back then. And so what I did, I ended up going on eBay and I ended up finding this one guy. He was selling both of his heat presses. He had 2 of them. And so I bought one of them and it was about $600. I think shipping was like $100 because these heat presses are very, very big, very heavy. And so I ended up purchasing a used one and went from there. And so I did a search on eBay for the Stahls Max Press 16 by 20, because this is the one I have. And I don't really see any used ones on here like that. Okay, this one is brand new, but this is an 11 by 15. I have the 16 by 20. I like the 16 by 20 a lot. But yeah, they don't have many used ones on here. So that's the one that I use. That's the one that I use. And the reason why I really recommend that one, because number one, I've had it for years. And number two, I only had to replace something on it twice. And the thing about Stahl's being such a reputable brand, when something went out on it, I had one issue to where I believe it was my heating element or whatever they call it. But basically, when you turn it on, it wouldn't heat up anymore. And so they diagnosed the entire problem over the phone. I had to order a part from them. They had the part. It was very inexpensive. They walked me through everything on the phone because I had to open the panel of your heat press when it comes down to press. I had to take that panel off to get inside of there to do the replacement. And they walked me through everything on the phone. And then if I needed to, they would have sent the tech out to the house to do it for me. But at that time, we were really rocking and rolling, and I needed to get some orders out. And so a little side story. I remember we needed to get the orders out because at that time I was doing 1-day shipping. So if you ordered it on Tuesday, by Wednesday we were going to ship it out. And so I think it was like close by the weekend. And so I ended up ordering the part, and I wasn't sure if it would get to us within time because I paid extra to have it to us at a faster rate. And I wasn't sure. And so I went on Amazon and I purchased one of those cheap heat presses, just in case, because, with Amazon, the thing would get to you in 2 days. And so what ended up happening was I ended up receiving the part and the other heat press at the same time. But I ended up sending that heat press back to Amazon and getting a refund. But yeah, that's a crazy side story. And one thing I want to let you know about when you're taking courses, you may not get the full picture of everything of what you're looking for, if that makes sense. Because there could be different perspectives from where the person is teaching the course from. And so from his perspective, he was teaching it as you have your own website, and you doing your own marketing and stuff like that. And so he had a lot of good information from that. A lot of stuff may be out of date now because back then print on demand wasn't like it is today. And so print on demand changed a lot of things. Now we have a lot of different marketplaces that we can do print on demand with, because back then I don't think we could do print on demand on Etsy. But my suggestion would always to be, if you're going to get into the business, go ahead and purchase a heat press, and actually do it yourself, because that gives you more knowledge of how this thing works and what size your design needs to be, how it needs to be lined up. So if you're going to do print on demand, it's easier to do a transition, because transitioning into print on demand was very easy for me. I knew exactly what sizes I needed to make my designs and where to place it and things like that and how it would look. And so definitely I would suggest, because think about this, in 2020, we had a lot of things to get shut down. A lot of print on demand services was taking a month to get your orders to your customers. So think about that. If you got the equipment at home to do it, you can jump in there and relieve some of that pressure that you have to deliver to your customers. And so, yeah, that's the heat press that I recommend. Some of the people in my group, they actually have a different heat press. It was over, I believe it was a holiday sale that was going on. And I forgot the website that we were on. And so they ended up buying it as a group. It was like 3 of them that ended up buying heat presses. And it was a pretty good deal, and they liked it a lot. And that's another good thing about being in a group, is learning from each other. Somebody may have tried another fulfillment company, or somebody may have tried this distributor, and they can vouch for whether they are good or not. And so by them purchasing those heat presses and them giving me the feedback is that that those heat presses were good, that might be something I might look at in the future if I wanted another heat press or something like that that's more affordable. Because I think they spent around $450, and they love them. They love them. So yeah, that'll be all for this video. This is the first video of the how to start your home-based t-shirt business series. And so that'll be all for this video. Don't ever forget, true wealth is your time and freedom. I'm out.